Well, hello there.
Hello, hello.
We got
Hi.
Sharon. Sharon's back for seconds. She loves us that much.
Yay!
Yes.
You know, it's amazing. We can fool people more than one time to come on this show. It's crazy.
No, she's not full. She's in the right spot. We got some great stuff we're going to be
Right.
talking about tonight.
Well, we have a
Let's get
great,
it.
great person with us again tonight. Thank you so much for coming back.
No problem.
I wanted to have you on, you know, because you're doing an amazing thing coming up here in about a month, a little over a month,
Yep.
um, which is extending training to boothers
Yeah. Yeah.
and learning aspects of the business. It's not PBX. It's not one of those conventions. It's a small, more intimate setting, which
hmm
I'm very well familiar of from past training seminar kind of things. But
hmm
we wanted to get you on tonight to talk about it a little bit and to talk about some other things that are going on that you like to share. Get some things
Okay.
out there.
Excellent. Well, Sharone Reid, I'm out of Richmond, Virginia, owner of Focus and Fabulous Events, but also one of the co-founders of Chit Chat Photo Booth podcast. So we do podcasts, but more importantly, we built a community of photo booth owners, like-minded photo booth owners that want to grow together, learn together, make money together, and so we have over 500 members in our group and still growing. Every day we get more and more people that want to join the Chit Chat Photo Booth community. We do lives. We have a Patreon membership where we do Money Making Mondays. This last Monday, we had Shay Amasori come on and talk about the AI photo booth crave and what he's planning on doing with it and answer any kind of questions because I feel like it's so much going on. People are like, "What is it? What's going on? How does this even work?" And so we had a really great conversation with him about that, as well as the retreat.
You
So
mean
the
Shay is alive?
huh?
I I said, you mean Shay is alive?
He's alive.
I haven't seen him in a while. That's
Yeah,
hopefully he sees this and reaches out to me because I haven't seen him in a while.
no, he has been hiding. He has been
Yeah,
hiding. I drug him out. I was like, you got to talk about it. Come on, come on, come on my show. But we are getting ready to go to Dallas, Texas in September for the, I guess the fifth or sixth. I'm losing count now. Photo booth owners retreat. We started during COVID in January of 20, was it 21? 21. And we worked with OrcaView. We were like trying to really understand what 360s were, how we were going to stand out in saturated market, and it took off from there. It is. I tried to curate a group of business owners from the area that we go to. That never really happens. I don't know what it is. Wherever city we go to, that is the least amount of people that come. So when we are in, when we did Richmond last, what was it? March. We did it in March. We had two people from Richmond. People were from North Carolina, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Atlanta. When we did Atlanta, we had two people from Atlanta. People were from everywhere else but Atlanta. So I don't know who we're going to get in Dallas.
right.
We have a few people from Dallas that are helping. So we have Bill Vanderkamp is coming, Josh Pather is coming. We have a few of the previous retreat attendees now coming back as topic leaders. So I'm very excited for them. They're very excited to share. And I call them topic leaders. I won't say they're speakers, they're topic leaders. And what I ask them to do is, what are you doing in your business that's making you a lot of money that you're successful with that you can teach us? And it's a hands-on workshop. So we don't do keynotes, we do workshops. Bring your computer, bring your camera, bring whatever they're going to be talking about, pull it out because they're going to teach you what to do. So when you get home, you're already doing it. It's already part of your processes. So we had a great time in Richmond with Shane. Shane Sutton, he was talking about automations and how to automate your business, as well as building strategic partnerships. We have Brandon Henderson, who has a great software, I Love Leads, teaching us how to use CRMs, how to automate that process, and just really grow our businesses. He was also building websites, so he's gained so many new clients because he's building websites for them as well. And of course, in Dallas, we're hoping people walk away with some knowledge from Imaging Spectrum. Bill is going to teach us how, how we can use printers as a way to make more money. I don't think we're being creative enough with these printers. So
Right.
that's the topics that we're going to talk about there. Social media content, how we should be presenting ourselves on social media. Another topic is outdoor events. What kind of supplies, how you should set up and be successful when doing outdoor events and festivals.
That's
That's a,
awesome.
that's a lot of stuff.
It is a lot.
And you're
And
putting
it's
that all
three
in
days.
what, 2 or 3 days?
It's 3 days, intense. Like they come in, we used to start on Monday and like have like a little meet and greet on Sunday, but they're like, no, we need more time. So this time we're going to start on Sunday afternoon with workshops. We'll have our little meet and greet or whatever, but then all day Monday, and then we go to 2 o'clock on Tuesday. And usually people still don't want to leave. In Atlanta, when we did it, people were changing their flights. What else are we doing? We're going to eat. We're going to hang out. Like they didn't want to leave. They just fell in love. We're all brothers and sisters now, and so it's just been amazing.
Oh, that's amazing. One of these days, I can get down there and do it. Like it's so hard to
It
drag
is.
yourself away, but if you can do
It
that, then
is.
I know it's totally worth it. I was a fly on the wall looking at the Facebook group, the Chit Chat Facebook group. I'm like, man, it looks like so much fun. I'm like
Oh
trying to
yeah.
zoom in on pictures to see some of the slides. I'm like, oh, I need that information.
I think I went live for one. We had a friend of mine who works for the Richmond Regional Tourism come and talk about how we can start doing conferences and the need for our services when it comes to conventions, as well as helping our cities promote themselves with
Yeah,
our software, with our photo booths and everything. And he learned a lot. We learned a lot. It went live. I think somebody went live for me. But he is now my first permanent install client. So his booth is
wow.
coming in Friday. Thank you to Mike over at Moby, and thank you to SnapPick for helping me set up this situation. I'm going to be an Enterprise Plus user, and that's been a process. So I'm real excited to do it.
That's
That's
using your
fantastic.
tools. Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
like using your tools to like the fullest extent. Like we have all the software, we have these photo booths, and it's so much more than just a small little 60-person party sometimes. Those are great. Like this, like no matter what type of event, it's great to use it. But when you have the opportunity to do something like that, to use like SnapPick with their enterprise solution and do a
Yeah.
permanent install and really get like that bigger next level, that's great. That's what I'm trying to get a little bit more of that myself. Dave, you do that all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to stay ahead of the curve. You have
Yeah.
to, you know, be unique in your market.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You can have, it's okay if there's fifty booth companies in your area. You
Hmm.
just have to know what sets you apart from them because
That or work together.
Hmm.
We definitely
exactly.
believe in community and community over competition. And so a
Yep.
lot of the photo boothers in my network or in my area and territory, we're partners. If I
Sure.
can't do it, they're doing it. If I have, and I don't know what the trend is, but lately, every single booking, I have multiple. So I need multiple booths, multiple attendees, and I don't always have people to work all of my booths. So I have to call on the people there. And so we know what kind of booths we have, we know what softwares we use, and then we come together and we work together and go in hard.
Right.
Right. Do you have a
And
local
that,
Facebook group that you've created just for your market, or some kind of?
No,
No.
I was thinking about it. I'm part of this like member only club here, and I was like, maybe I should invite some photo boothers from my area out to come, which is usually that's another part of the retreat. So that's why I travel so that people like would never meet each other. Sometimes they feel like, well, they're my competition. I don't really want to interact with them. But hey, there's this photo booth event coming to my city. Let me go. And I'm figuring that they would connect. But that's the problem I'm having. So Dallas, come out so you can meet other Dallas photo booth owners. And so that's how they connected. When we did DC, a lot of DC, Maryland, because it's a tri-state, I think it was easier. But a lot of them come out, and they are still to this day, 2 years later, still working together.
Awesome.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember another event in Dallas a few years back that I believe you attended, if I'm not mistaken.
I did not attend. I attended New Orleans.
New Orleans, okay. But
Yes.
it's great to see that format coming back again. You
Yeah.
know, the smaller little get-togethers.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, you're building a community of people.
Yeah.
In my area here, I mean, I see people pop up, on the, on Facebook and things like that, and
Mhm.
reach out to them and say, hey, listen, I'm in the area too. I've been doing this for a while. If you ever have a question or need an extra hand or something, please reach out because myself or my staff or whatever, we'll be glad to help you out. And I've
Yeah.
made so many connections, and we refer things back and forth. Um, DJs that I used to do white labeling for, then bought their own booths and decided, you know what, I don't want to do the booths anymore. So now I'm back to doing the white labeling for them again. So it's building that network of people and helping each other.
Yeah. And a majority of the photo booth owners in Chit Chat are anywhere from like 0 to 3 years in. So it's good. Now we have people that are, 10 years, 13 years in, but there's a very big population of new photo booth owners. And
Right.
I guess I feel like a safe space for them to come and ask questions. I had a gentleman call me the other day. He knew nothing about the photo booth network, knew nothing about Chit Chat, knew nothing about me, and happened to pick up the phone and call me because I'm close to his area. Hey, I wanted to connect. I'm in your area. I have a 360, and I wondered if I could just, share my business with you, and then we could work together. And I was like, this is great that you're doing it. I educated him, told him all about all the different groups, invited him to a lot of the different groups. Um, Asked him about his business and things like that. But I also reminded him, I said, you may not be met with this type of energy every single phone call. So just be prepared for that. Unfortunately, that happens, but just be prepared for that and say, oh, it's okay. But I wanted you to at least know that, you do have a safe space here with me and with Chit Chat Photo
Right.
Booth.
Well, and that's when I started Photo Booth Network way back when. I mean, that's even today. I've tried to create that safe space where people, didn't matter what level you were at, experienced or novice, being able to
Yep.
come in and learn and share and get ideas. Now a lot of the people have been doing it for a while. Some of the people that come in, you know they want everything just handed to them, and a
Mm-hmm.
lot of the answers for anything anybody wants to know is in that search bar.
Yeah.
If you take a little time and do a search, you might find it. But to just
Yeah.
come in, and this is what's frustrating to a lot of the people, and even ones that started out asking those same questions are now telling people, well, if you use the search feature, you'll find it.
Exactly.
So
Let's show
because it's
everybody
been
what that search feature is right here. Print guards. This is where I got the
yeah,
idea to do a print guard thing. It was in here. So you just search in there. You could change your search.
yep.
Pick something.
Oh, yes.
Snap pick,
And
right?
and listen, there's a million articles that have my phone number and email in there that people know that they can always call me, and know that they can reach out, and if they have questions, I'm there to answer questions for them.
I remember afternoons you would go live. You'd be like, "Hey, I'm going to go
Yep.
live," If you have any
Yep.
questions, come on. I mean,
Yep.
you were definitely my go-to. Like I knew nothing 2013. Like I was like, what is the photo booth network? I don't know how many people. It was very little. It was a very small amount of people in there. I remember when they were, oh, we're getting ready to hit 500 or whatever. I don't know how small it was back then, but it
Listen,
was
my
small.
milestones were incredible. When we hit like 100 people, I was like, "Oh my god, can this get any better?" And then we hit 500 people. I'm like, "Oh my god, this is crazy." And then I hit 1,000 people, and I was like, "Oh my god, a
This
thousand
is it.
people are actually interested in this." And now we're almost to 17,000 people in the group, and it's like, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
And what's so cool about this industry is the things that we're experiencing here, people are experiencing the exact same thing in other parts of the world. And now we have a place that everybody can connect to,
Yeah.
you know, and that's what's cool is, you know, customers being upset about, this or that is the same no matter what country you're from. And you may not even know that, listen, we have this stuff going on in the United States. So, or Australia or Germany and it's very cool to be able to discuss that stuff
Yeah.
in an open forum, that
Have you been to
and
this?
yeah,
Is there a show in Australia or not a show? It's
there is
a.
yeah, BoothCon is down in Australia, and then
Have
we
you
now
been?
have the Photo Booth Expo Europe, which is in the UK. Um, we have the small ones that are popping up, like PBSCO Photo Booth
Yeah.
Supply does one. You're doing one. You know, um, they're in key spots of the world.
Yeah.
That people can get to them.
Yeah. 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 And I love when we meet people. Our last retreat, this man had never even been inside of a photo booth. And he
Right.
saw my YouTube podcast I did with, I think he saw the one I did with Shay, and he was like, "Oh, I had to come." And he came and learned. A couple weeks later, purchased his first photo booth. He worked with me. I took him under my wing because we are in the same area, and he worked at least 5 events with me. So he saw how I worked. He got to see a 360 live and in person, and then turned around and bought a 360. So, I mean, when people join us, they come in like green, like not knowing. I have
Right.
another lady, Cynthia. She came in with one photo booth. Now she's up to 5. She does nothing but corporate. She's hitting her 5 figures a month. Like people are doing amazing things just by staying connected and networking with the right people.
Well, and that's the key. Building that trust network that you can have. That you know, I can call Sharone down in Virginia and say, hey, I've got this event coming up. Can you help me with this?
Yeah.
And there's so many times where I see things pop up down there, and I'm like, I just put your name in tag in the post because it's the community.
It is.
It's knowing the people that you work around and that you talk to, that you're comfortable with, that you can trust.
Yeah.
So, and that's so key in this
Mm.
industry is building trust. And I
Yes.
will say that I see more trust here than I do in other entertainment industries.
Mhm.
When it comes to overall sharing,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Quality
Yeah.
sharing.
quality sharing, yes, very much so.
It is. Yeah, I try not to hold anything back because that's what I like to do. And that, just because I do it doesn't mean you're going to do it or you're going to execute everything I say. Nobody does that. I don't do that. I go to these the photo booth net expo every year. They have amazing speakers, and I pick and choose things that fit me, that want to expand upon and use in my business. As we're not going to do or be interested in everything, you know.
Right.
So I feel like we have no gate closers, no gatekeepers in our community. And make people feel comfortable in knowing that there is access here. Like you can get access to anything. We have people that are amazing photographers that know the software backwards and forwards, that are great graphic designers. I don't do all those things, but they're there. They come because they want to share. And if you share as the leader of the group, then it makes them feel like, oh, okay, it's safe for me to share too.
Right. And that's the key. That's the key of being, part of any group and the head of the group. I mean, that's why Art and I started doing, the Photo Booth magazine, is because we wanted to share.
Yeah.
It's I don't have an issue answering anybody's question. If I don't know it, I'll go out and try and find them the answer, or put them in contact that someone that might have the answer.
Exactly.
But you also have to put a little bit of work in. You have to. It's a give and take. And there are a lot of people that just want to take, but those people, they're gonna do what they're gonna do anyway. So, but so you have Dallas coming up.
Mm-hmm.
What's the plan for after Dallas? Any idea?
We have been invited to Tampa, Florida, first quarter of next year. Ryan from Spot My Photo is going to host us
Right.
in his hometown of Tampa, Florida. We did a live podcast last week. We had Richard Rivers on. He's a very heavily he heavily uses Spot My Photo, and I wanted him to talk about it because I feel like a lot of people are afraid to use it because they're not photographers.
Right.
And when I had an opportunity to spend some time with Ryan in Vegas, he just really reassured me that, hey, anybody can do this. He said, in fact, photo boothers are the best people to do this because you guys already know how to gather people, how to make people have fun, how to make people smile, how to create memories and moments. So we're going to be way better at this than photographers are. Because that's what it's built for. It's built for making memories and gathering people and getting those little candid shots that are branded. But the software is just amazing, between the microsites and being able to do surveys and the data collection and just the instant gratification that the guests feel when they see it. I'm waiting for a final word. I'm going to be using it at a Commanders event this weekend for 15,000 fans.
Wow.
So I'm excited.
Wow.
We'll see.
How
We'll
many
see how that works.
people on staff are you gonna have for that? What's your staffing look like?
Well, a lot of people in my area like to go to Commanders events. So I got some free people working with me. But you know how that works. If you tell somebody you're not paying them and they're coming to do it for free, because it was very last minute. They just were really well, but basically what they're doing is spotlighting their African American business owners. It's Shop Black Weekend. It's celebrate our veterans. It's a couple of different things. I think that's how they got that number so high.
Yeah.
For the amount of people. Plus, they just got a new owner. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
They did.
And that's when I saw that this last week. I'm like, I hope that doesn't affect what you're going to be doing. So.
No, I don't think so at all. They've been very transparent the whole process. They all feel like they're in a way better position. All of my people are still there, but the key with that particular account is that I have so many contacts. So I'm not always working for the same department or the same type of event there. A lot of times I'm doing stuff for the organization, or I'm doing something with marketing, or I'm doing something with the cheerleaders, or I'm doing something with the foundation. So they keep moving me around. So I never kind of wear anybody out. I'm not going to wear my welcome out, but I always try to be helpful. And so in this case, they're asking me for help and, letting me advertise to 15,000 of their friends. So I'm just excited. I didn't have anything else to do between 8 and 12 on Saturday morning. So I was like, sure, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And that's those are the opportunities that, you get out there and you hustle for. It's not like it was just handed to you. You got out there, you did your thing, you met with people, you put out a proposal to them, you came to them with an idea, I'm assuming, or they came to you with an idea and you're like, let's make it happen.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
This one was
that's how you
totally them. I really applaud this particular. I don't know if all the NFLs do it, but this particular organization very much so supports African American and other minority small businesses. When I'm there, I see some of the same vendors over and over again, between the food to everything, the clothing. I did two launch parties for African American designers who now have merchandise in their stores as well as in Foot Locker,
Oh,
and so just being part of that has been amazing.
It truly is. It truly is. So, so what are some marketing tips for someone who's trying to expand what they're doing?
Give me a scenario.
yeah, that's gonna be.
They're they're looking to expand. So they do parties now,
Okay.
but they want to do a little bit more. You know, because they've learned their craft now. They're comfortable with their craft.
Hmm.
What is it that how can they kind of break out of that little area and expand? What are some things that you think that they could try?
I think first they need to, from what they've been doing, write down what they really like about what they're doing, and then
Hmm.
see how what they're doing can solve a problem or help someone else or some kind of other type of event. And
Hmm.
then also for me, like what I did was I looked for inspiration. So I was like, well, who do I want to be? Like I didn't really know what kind of photo booth company I wanted to be. So I
Right.
went on and looked at different companies and I'm like, yes, I like the types of events they do. Oh, I like their colors. Oh, I like how they take their pictures, right? And so I came up with like what I wanted to do and then I started to work those types of events. I would say they need to follow or make a list of clients they want. I know somebody said this. I don't know what training it was. They were like, make a list of everybody that you want to work for and then go look for their social media. Look at what they're advertising. Look how what we do as far as photo boothing and some of our software capabilities could help that particular company or person or designer or florist or whoever you want to work with. I'm just naming some people that you might want to work with, and then reach out. You can reach out to them on social media. People are not afraid to share their contact information. Send them an email, write a letter. Um, LinkedIn is great. And I'm also a part of, so take you back. I wanted to work with the regional tourism, right? So I had a friend and he wasn't always there. I've tried before. So I joined the photo booth marketing and they give so much. Good Lord. They gave us a pitch deck for drop offs. And I took that pitch deck into my meeting, and that's what sold them on getting the photo booth. And I didn't have to do any of that. I mean, of course, I knew the information, but there it was all beautiful for me in Canva. And I just edited, put a couple of my pictures in there, make sure it was branded for my client, and they absolutely loved it. So use your resources, look for somebody who's already pitched somebody. Like I know Brandon does a lot with Tito's. Hey Brandon, how do you work with liquor brands? How what we do benefits them, right? So if you're used to doing birthday parties and bar mitzvahs, they don't want the same thing that the liquor brand wants. What do they
Right.
want? What do they ask you for? What does your quote look like?
Right.
How often do they have events? Ask those questions. Not that you're going to take his business, but you're trying to learn. And so when
Right.
the call comes or you actually find out getting in touch with this person, you know how to sell them. You know what they're looking for. You know what they want. So I didn't know how to do conventions until somebody gave me an opportunity to do a convention through a white label. So that's another way if you want to expand. Find somebody that's doing what you want to do and say, hey, I'm available. I'm new. I don't have a lot of events. If you ever need someone to work for you, I'm willing to come and work for you. That's how you learn. I really want experience being in a convention center. Like just working inside of a convention center, that's a whole education. I need to do a webinar. Um, and knowing that information will sell you to the client. I have a lady right now who's about to sign a 5-day conference. And because I knew my stuff about work, she's like, I don't really know anything about this convention center. I said, well, guess what? I do. I told her how I get in, what questions to ask, all these things. She was like, so now she wants to go with me because I'm educated on what she's not. So find out who is going to be making decisions and just really learn this business. Learn this business. Join Chit Chat Photo Booth because this is the type of stuff we talk about. We talk about helping each other. I learned something from Madonna, who is also one of our topic leaders last night when I was telling her about this. And she was like, did you sell her a post-event survey feature? No, I did not. So basically, what she does is she sells as a line item at conventions. How are you going to survey the attendees? Well, we can do that here at the photo booth. Once they leave, the next day they're going to receive your survey in the mail. I mean, an email. What? Like, I didn't even think about that. And that's a whole nother line item that I could add to that 5-day event. So that's it's just amazing what you don't know until you talk to somebody within in the photo booth industry, and they share
Right.
kind of some of their experiences and what they're selling and how they're enhancing their experiences.
Yeah. At that point, the photo booth is just you're not really selling yourself as a photo booth service. You're selling yourself as a marketing assistant, a marketing partner at that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the photo booth is just one of the tools that helps you like execute the marketing plan for these
Yeah.
companies. Like, for
It
example,
does.
if you go to conventions, like think about any convention out there. Pick a convention center, right? And they're having these events coming in week after week after week. Instead of just targeting the convention center, you could be taking a look at all the attendees that are going to be coming to the event and start targeting the attendees, or not the attendees, but the exhibitors, right?
Exhibitors.
Reaching out to
Right.
every single exhibitor because they want nothing more than
And
people
they
to
have
come to
their
the
cards
booth.
right there. They
Yeah,
have their cards right there. Now, some of them, and those are the questions I ask, right?
yeah.
When I'm going around, I said, hey, do you do this in other cities?
Mm-hmm.
Where y'all going next?
Yeah.
Or do you do this one every single year? Because sometimes they don't. Oh, this is our first year. We just seeing how it is. We really don't know. Or they'll come over and see me at the photo booth and they're like, oh, this is really fun. You guys have the best booth in the convention center today. It just depends on who they are. Because sometimes I know we were working with the CDC, and they sent over someone from the office. She had no idea what the convention was about. This was like she was just filling in. So she probably wouldn't be, but she might because she might be willing to give off information because she knows she doesn't want to be the one to do it again. She was like, "Oh, well, let me put you in touch with who told me to come here."
Yeah. There you
Thank
go.
you.
Yep. Got a rung up on the ladder there. Next
Yeah.
level.
So I'm gonna throw this out for people that are looking to get into conventions
Yeah.
or want to try and find out what's at a convention hall and things like that. If you go on their Facebook page or their website, look at their calendar of events.
Yep.
Under that calendar of events, a lot of times if they're going to be doing like a large convention there, they're going to list, okay, well, we've got such and such international insurance agencies of the world or whatever,
Yep.
and then
Yep.
do a little bit of research, find out that organization, and reach out to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's it's so simple. The information is there if you look for it.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but you got to put a little work in, and you have to be on your A game and ready for your A game.
Yeah.
Don't make a
Yeah.
commitment that you can't keep.
Mhm.
There's many times where people will say yes, 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 and then when it comes down to it, they can't deliver. And then now you put your customer and yourself in a
Yeah.
bad position.
Right, right. Yeah, I don't want you to jump out if you're not ready. I remember I was probably in my first year, and I don't know if I've ever told this story on camera. I was in my first year of doing photo booths. I don't even think I had a real nice backdrop yet or anything. But anyway, I had a nice booth. It was sexy. It was an eye click, white, sexy. Um, but a friend of mine was in marketing and she called me. I was in Virginia and she had an event for me in New York. She says, hey, we having this event in New York and we need it to be very nice. We don't need any kind of she called them silly props. We don't need any silly props. We just want it to look really sleek and nice. And it scared me. So I was like, what day? No, no, no. I'm so sorry. We're not available. And I didn't do it. I followed her on Instagram or whatever, Facebook or whatever, and the event actually ended up being P Diddy's birthday party, and they hired a high end photo booth company. It's not they're out of Virginia. Is it OM booth? No,
OMG.
it's not OMG, not Moe's, but it's similar in name. But anyway, they're really really big, sleek, nice booth. That's it. They
Mhm.
made it really simple. And I was like, and that opportunity never came back around. I'm still,
Right.
Know the girl, but I said no because I was scared and that
Right.
never came around. I don't know if I would have done a good a job that they did. I don't know, but I didn't try either.
Yeah.
So
Well,
That's
if
the
glad
thing.
you knew that you made the right decision, though. I mean, you
yeah,
You
you
can't
have
be
yeah.
other
afraid to try.
yeah.
Yeah. But now, hindsight 2020 and with all the resources and the photo booth network and the photo booth community, all these resources we have, I would have definitely said yes and I would have asked for help. Nope, not them either. Somebody
Not
said MMG.
MMG.
This is it's a very very high end company. They're out of, I want to say, like Crystal City or something like that, but anyway, they're still around. They're like in New York and Vegas and all the big cities, but I knew I wasn't ready, and now that we have all these resources, we have all these communities, we've built really strong relationships with people. I have no problem, asking for help and getting what I need so that I can be successful at my events. So
Right.
that's another reason why I started the Chit Chat photo booth community, because I said somebody's going to be like me and be scared, and
Yeah.
there's no reason to be scared when you have friends in the industry.
Is that the
I
Chit
was
Chat Photo Booth
because
podcast on Facebook? That one?
Huh?
The Chit Chat Photo Booth podcast on Facebook?
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
I had no choice but to be scared because there was no other groups.
There
There
was
was
no
nobody else.
No, and that's where, I mean, it was really nobody else. And I was like,
Right.
first of all, I'd have to drive to New York, and then no silly props. Like, when am I going to get nice, not silly props? And then what do they want, a backdrop? I don't really have a backdrop. I'm like, I was scared. I was like, yeah, because
Really?
she's like, I need the backdrop to look really, really nice. And I'm like, I don't even know what really, really nice means. It was just a lot. I was just so like,
Well, listen,
nah, I'm
and,
not ready.
and that was before the pillowcase backdrops.
It was
You know
way
that
before these
that
backdrops.
was when we were doing the pipe and drape and stuff like that. You know.
That's what I had. I had pipe and drape.
Yep.
I remember my first backdrop and I never ever used it. That's the funny part. I bought one of the paper rolls at
Huh?
the camera store. They like, backdrop. We got paper rolls. You want that? I was like, okay.
Oh,
Never used it. It stayed in that box the whole time. My first backdrop I ever used was a blue tie dye backdrop. It had to be 100,000 feet long. It was just horrible.
no
I
silly
think I have a
props.
picture of my son standing in front of it. Oh, I had that too.
We've all had
And
that
so
one at
proud.
some point in time.
Yes, I had that too. Okay, Party City.
I'm in my basement right now, and it's basically the kids' basement, and all my hats now are in. That's their play toys. Like they play dress up.
That is hilarious. Yes, I had all
Listen,
of
I
those.
remember going to Party City and the Halloween stores at the end of Halloween, like
Yeah.
the before they closed, and I would buy out the entire sections, and the managers would
That
be
in the
looking at me
spirit
like,
store.
"Yeah,
The Halloween
that's
spirit
it."
store.
The spirit stores, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh. They had this one like headpiece with these feathers. Lord, I wore it out. And then when I didn't have any more clients were like, no, where's the feather thing? Because they saw my
Uh-huh.
picture. They're like, where's the feather thing? We want the feather thing. And I'm like, it's about $50. You can get it off. I don't have it anymore. I was so sick of that thing. But yeah, I miss the wearable props. We have definitely not gone back to wearable props since COVID. We definitely deal in the prop signs. I really try not to sell props at all, but weddings and some social events we
Yeah,
have to. Most of my corporate, they don't want them.
Right.
they're bringing their own. The corporates are they're asking, can we make our own? I'm like, yeah, that's
They are.
great. Make your own.
Yep,
No problem.
they are big, really branded. If I don't have to
Hmm.
do it and you're gonna bring it and drop it off at the table, great. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So marketing, I think that people should really embrace the social media. I haven't tried Threads yet. I'm working on it,
I've
but
tried
just
it.
really embrace some of these really great social media tips that we're getting from some of these influencers. Um, I'm gonna try Threads probably in the next month.
Hmm.
But I'm hoping that during the Dallas retreat, Tiffany is actually our topic leader on that. She's been to two of the retreats, and each one she does all of our content for us. I said, well, now you got to come and be a topic leader and talk about content. Thank you. And thank you.
Yeah, well, I think Threads is interesting. I'm in marketing as well, so it's my job to try to understand these different platforms. So I jumped on Threads, and what I at least what I see is that the big brands out there, they're staying on. You know, your radio stations, your TV stations, your sports teams, they're on there. But a lot of people that are like below that, like us, like average Joes, so to speak,
Mhm.
jumping on, but then not really doing anything with it. Like I
Okay.
see, yeah, but I'd say keep it and just keep at it,
Hmm.
because you never know when things shift. Remember,
Yeah.
MySpace was the thing, right? And then that went
Yep.
away, and Facebook came, and TikTok has come along, and YouTube was almost dead, but then they brought Shorts into YouTube, so that's picked back up again.
Hmm.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Threads. I'd say keep
Definitely.
at it though.
Definitely. Well, I know Gary V says TikTok, if you're not on it, you should definitely start to work with it because all social media platforms are going to kind of try to mimic how TikTok works.
Yeah.
Um, so you really have to learn how to use it, but then also how to use it for your business. Because I see some really great stuff on there from other photo boothers.
Uh-huh.
But
Yep.
I know it just all depends on who you follow, where you're at, and all that kind of stuff. So it's really different than any of the other platforms.
Yeah, I think Dave, you and I are in the same boat. We're still trying to tackle how to really crack TikTok for the
Yeah.
photo
Well,
booth.
I've been doing TikToks for a while.
Is it working well for you?
I see people that like my videos, from when I'm doing them.
Hmm.
It's just remembering to do them at events,
Yeah, and that's one
because
thing to think about in advertising, though, Dave. Is it's one thing to have people like stuff, but when at the end of the day, you've got to see a return on the investment, right?
sure,
So how do
sure.
you track that you're getting actual bookings from TikTok?
So I'm following people back, but when people go on my website and they're requesting information, that's part of the questionnaire. Is
And
I'm
they're saying
asking them,
TikTok?
yeah,
Okay,
I have actually booked a few events where they've seen stuff on
that's good.
TikTok. They did a
Yeah,
search for, and this is knowing and putting in hashtags. You know, they put in photo booth at Reading, PA,
yeah.
and I just happen to have a booth, tagged with that, and it popped up.
It's
You
Yeah.
interesting
know,
how that works because you wouldn't think of TikTok as a platform that turns into a search engine because that's what you go to Google for is to type in that search query is what they call it to bring up information. And I never thought of TikTok as that type of platform, but
I do, but for
apparently
silly stuff.
for silly stuff. Well, we're into silly stuff. Technically, we're all silly.
But right now, I'm obsessed with Eric Mays. He's a councilman out of Flint, Michigan, and all of these people kind of mimic him in his meetings, and he's gone viral. So they always like get on him about being so famous because people keep mimicking him, and so it's everywhere. Like people just keep talking about this man, and they're like Eric Mays for president. Like it's crazy.
That's it.
So
Now you got me interested. I'm going to be looking up Eric.
oh, you're gonna die. You're gonna be like, what?
All right, I'm in.
there
Something
there
new.
there there's some really really creative people,
Yeah,
and
like
I
too much
hate to
time on their
say it.
hands. Way too much
I
time on their hands. Like this Barbie
yeah,
thing. Oh,
Oh my God, yeah.
I can't get
I'm
enough this
lucky.
week.
It hasn't caught me yet.
What?
I'm lucky. I'm like Barbie proof, even though I'm kind of got a little bit of a
No,
screen.
I'm just talking about like how people have gone so far out with
Oh,
Instagram and
oh, I
social media.
know.
I haven't had a Barbie party yet either. But even the photo boothers, a lot of photo boothers created Barbie virtual photo booths this weekend,
Yep.
and they
Yep.
they did really good. They really did. I saw a lot. Oh, Jay, he's hilarious. I know. I'm telling you, it's hilarious. You'll have you in stitches. I can sit for hours and watch the videos of him, but it's crazy. Anyway,
And
thanks,
right
Jay,
now,
for watching. And Brandon, I saw you guys.
yep. Brandon's awesome. I
Yes.
love
Did you see he's traveling the country in the RV with his family and the photo booth
her.
is
No,
doing its thing?
no.
Yes. The whole summer the kids are being his
Yeah.
wife is doing what do you call it when you teach them at
Oh,
home, homeschooling. She's
homeschooling.
homeschooling the
Mhm.
kids. They're on the road in the RV, and he's like coming in like, hey, we had an issue with the tire today. Oh, we made it to Florida, we're at Disneyland. Like every day he's coming up with where
I,
they are.
Oh, wow.
I love watching those, on TikTok, people that
Yeah,
do the traveling around, and
yeah.
they film, and interactions with people, and it's just so weird to see. Actually, it's very cool because I wanted to do that at one point in time in life and never did it,
Wow.
you know. And then you see people doing it, and you're like, man, I wonder what it would have been like if I would have done this.
Yeah.
But I would have never thought to
You
record
know,
that
it's the
stuff.
business that gave him the opportunity to even do something like that. Like I love
Exactly.
that. Like I've been white labeling a few events for Tree. You know Tree?
Mhm.
What's Tree's last name? Hot Pink Photo Booth.
Yep.
He's in Thailand. He's been in Thailand for almost 6 months now. I don't know if he's
Mhm.
coming back. I just don't know. I'd be like, Tree, you coming back? He was like, I don't know yet. I'm still deciding. So in the meanwhile, he has his booths working. I'm working for him. Like, live your
That's the
life,
life.
dude.
That's
That's it. That's it. And that's what's so great about this industry, is and making the connections that you do. And if you make the right connections, it can be very profitable for you,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and you build those links with people,
Mm-hmm. It's been
and
great.
they last forever. And
It's great.
and you take care of the people that you trust and you love.
Yeah.
So are you going to be presenting this coming year, this coming February at PBX?
Hope so. I hope so. I'll ask. Can I do it again? I usually present for the expo as well as Strong Women. And I
Yep.
just found my video from Strong Women. I never posted it. It never went on my YouTube. It was in my
Wow.
personal YouTube private, and
Oh,
I sat
wow.
and watched it. I mean, I know why, because the photographer was real shaky. So it was like people's
Too,
backs, and there's the
too much
floor, and then it's
caffeine.
back to me. So that's why I didn't. But the content is amazing.
Right.
The topic was 5 clients. Well, it would say get your weekends back. That was what it was called. It was called Get Your Weekends Back, but it was 5 clients that would keep you working weekdays. And I went through who the clients are, the types of events, and I also gave emails, templates to use to reach out to these people.
Right.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Now you
yeah.
have that, like, so you have in these services. Let me just show this because I think this is important. Not everybody knows who you are. Some people are seeing you for the first time tonight. So as you have these services that you offer to help people out, mentoring, right?
Yeah.
One-on-one training and mentorships.
Yeah. So a lot of people just calling it, can I pick your brain? Sure. But a lot of people really want to be like, hey, this is where I'm at, this is where I want to be. And what's your advice? How to get there? And that's easy. I say it's 1 hour, but it ends up being like 2 hours. But it's an easy 1 to 2 hour call where we can just kind of hash out where you are, where you want to be. And it's very minimal for my time, right? My Patreon, I think that's $1.99. My Patreon is $20 a month, the lowest Patreon, and we do the Money Making Mondays. Um, it's amazing. And then I do my ebooks on there as well as anything I record webinars. I do special ones for Patreon people. I put it on there as well. So, yep. And that's the strategy call that I do. And then we also have t-shirts. I'm wearing one.
There you
Oh,
go.
it is. What? So the Chit Chat VIP exclusive monthly membership. Tell us about that.
So it's kind of where the Patreon went. So it's either or. Like I think it's the same as the Patreon. Basically, you get the one-on-one coaching with me a month. You get a discount to the retreat. You also get the Money Making Mondays and, of course, membership into the Facebook Photo Booth Owners Group as well. So,
And here's an ebook here: How to Start a Successful Photo Booth Business. And then you got some other things here: workflow. Um,
mhm.
there's that corporate clients that we talked about
That's
earlier,
the one. Yep. Yep.
and how to white label successfully. So there's some really good stuff on here.
Yeah. Yeah. I try to come up with some more stuff. I was just working on one for Spot My Photo. One of my clients is a HBCU, and they are going to use Spot My Photo for homecoming. We're going to actually hire some students to work with us. When I go to colleges, I usually try to get their students as attendants and pay them. So people like that and like, oh, you're going to get back to the school too? You're going to hire our students? So we're going to work with two of their social media, their marketing majors, but they work with the communications department at the school. So they're already out there taking pictures. So we're going to hire two of them to work with us throughout homecoming. I don't know how many shooters we'll ultimately have. I know we're going to definitely do a lot of on campus stuff, but I'll probably do some off campus stuff too, because those are the types of events that people come back to year after year, and to see how they get a personalized gallery year after year of all the images that are captured. The school really bought into that because that
Wow,
ultimately is the essence of homecoming.
that's amazing. That is really really amazing.
Yeah.
And you got to have one heck of a
Really
training
big
session for
project.
these people too, right? So you're gonna have to get them all
Yeah.
together and do a big training session.
Yes. Yes. And
That's the
my son's sister is a freshman there. So she started working with me, and she started bringing me some students to work with me as well.
That's great. And I remember we talked about that last time. Like one of the ways that you're finding staff is through universities, right? And
Yeah.
interns and stuff like that. That's great. And it's been in the back of my mind, and I still haven't gotten to it yet. But
Oh yeah, handshake is amazing, but even just making contact with your local universities, what did it call it? Junior colleges,
yep.
because people are always looking for jobs. Their schedule is a little bit more flexible. The problem I do run into sometimes is transportation
Yep.
with that group of kids. But then also we talked about it in the Strong Women. Teachers, teachers are great. Photo
Mhm.
booth attendants,
Yep.
they are very patient. They know how to work
hmm
with children.
They
They
have the
have weekly
background
In most
checks.
cases, most of the people at these events are just nothing but big children.
Oh
and
my.
they like to have fun. They like to do something around adults. Like I'm around kids all the time. Yeah, I want to go to that party. Yeah, I want to work that event. So they're excited to get out and mix and mingle with people that aren't this tall.
Yep.
Right.
Three of my staff, they're like former teachers or teachers aides or so they're perfect.
They
Love it.
I've
are.
got the perfect storm. One of mine is actually studying to be a teacher. So he's a college student and he's studying to be a teacher. So,
Oh,
you
great.
know, he's used to it. He's used to it.
My son is a teacher, and he's horrible. But
He
he's
is
also
not. I've seen him
you
at
see him
work.
work?
I've seen him at work in events with you.
Sometimes he's gotten better. He's gotten better. He used to be really, really bad, but he's gotten a little bit better. I think some of the other photo booth attendants have shown him up, so he's like, all right, I'll do a little bit better. But yeah, he's a substitute teacher, and he's finishing up his master's this year. So I doubt if he'll come back to Focus and Fabulous, but who knows?
So how is he doing? Is he doing good?
He's amazing. So, he's interning with DCI with the cadets this summer. So he's been on tour. I think they're in Louisiana right now. But
Okay.
the cadets, you look on the cadets Instagram, I hope it's still up there. There's a story of Aaron working with the Contras, and he's like directing them and he's getting all into it. I was like, yay, Aaron! But yeah, so he's gonna end his show in Annapolis. He's not gonna make it to Allentown this year because he has to get back to his other band. But I'm gonna go see him in Annapolis.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Cool.
See, and this is one of the relationships that we built so long ago, because I
Yeah.
remember that young boy that
Yeah.
was tagging along with his mom to events.
Exactly. Not wanting to go. I just looked at a picture of him and he was so little working with me at a wedding. This was like, I think it was 9 years ago today. And I was still doing the booth in New York at that time. We were doing the
Yep.
wedding. And he was one of those. I was like, Aaron, it's over at 8:00. So at 7:59, somebody walks up. Oh, no. We're closing. We're about to close. No. I was like, Aaron, calm down.
Great.
Yeah, he actually went on a tour with his conservatory. They went to Argentina. He was in Argentina for 14 days traveling and performing. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, so very proud of him.
This, you know what, we had. I love having you on because time goes by so quickly, and we get so much information out that I hope people, when they're watching this, if they're not watching it tonight, they're watching it, tomorrow or sometime, because I get messages. Oh, I was just watching episode so and so, and I got this and I got that. Thank you so much. So hopefully people were getting this stuff, and they're coming over to Chit Chat to sign up, and if they're new, reaching out to you and getting signed up for the one-on-one kind of things.
Oh, definitely. But I really want people to come out. That's a picture from the Richmond retreat, right there at the top. Really want people to come out. You will make so many amazing connections with people. You will learn so much. The investment is small. It's $4.99, and I swear it's a drop in a bucket to what you will learn. These people walked away with.
You still have
amazing
space available for Dallas?
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna make Dallas bigger and better. We've been sticking around 2025, but I would love to see 50 people in Dallas. I've already secured a room to fit it. If we don't, we got more space to work out and
There
hang
you
out.
go. If you're
It's a booth.
wondering, there's space available. We'd love to sell it out. Obviously.
And if you need a payment plan, please inbox me. I will help you with payment plan.
Right.
Let's get a Philadelphia one going at some point.
Philly would be fun. I was in Philly for the photo booth live with Ryan. It was only a day. It definitely could be longer. I absolutely did not want to leave.
I had an event that day. I was so mad because I talked Ryan. I was one of the ones that tried talking him into coming to Philly, and then he came to Philly, and I had an event that day, and I'm like, because I was talking to Johnny and Heidi, because I know that, they were there.
I was jealous because they were sharing pictures, and it's the same thing. I had an event that day. Ugh.
Yeah. And then afterwards, a bunch of us got together and we went to Max's and got cheesesteaks, and the game was on. The basketball game was on, and like the whole restaurant stopped because they went into overtime, and they were like, well, we're not serving nothing until the game is over. And it was like everybody was the game. We had so much fun. It was me and Sal from where is he from? Baltimore. And then thank you, Sal. He white labeled for me in the Clutch 2 weeks ago and did an amazing job. The social media that came from it, the mayor ended up being at the event. He got pictures for me. I'm like, hey, here we go. So it was good. It was good. We had so much fun. But that's how we were, because I've always known Sal, but that was where we got a chance to kind of talk personally, because I went to an event. People, you got to come. We probably would have never been able to work like that last week had we not had that interaction in Philadelphia.
Right.
Yeah.
Connections. It's all about the connections. So.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we want to thank you for coming on with us tonight.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. Please keep doing this. I absolutely love it.
Thank you. We're almost at a year. Babe,
wow.
Less than a month away. It's our first year anniversary.
Yeah,
we gotta have a party.
We got to do something, because this idea came about around the DJ Expo,
Yeah.
last year, some crazy guy came up to me and said, "Hey, do you think you want to do a podcast with me?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"What?"
Captain was
I'm
in.
like, I'm like,
You want to do something?
"Absolutely, let's do this."
Pose magazine?
Magazine. Now, also, I see you got Danny Max up here. I'm definitely
Yeah.
a huge supporter of Danny Max photo booths. Oh
Yep.
my God. It has changed my life. My back says thank you, sir. My back
Yeah.
says thank you. I mean, it is so easy to go into. I was thinking about Saturday, I have a wedding and she already has a backdrop. Lord, I got one hand for the photo booth, the other hand for the printer, and I'm just walking in. That's it.
That's it.
I mean, it's amazing. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, Dan will see that. He'll be
Danny.
like, yes. And Iris, for that matter.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Listen, we know who really runs the company. Danny might be on the name, but we know who's really
yeah,
running the company.
Iris runs it. Hi, Iris. Oh, but yeah, so next month is our anniversary, and it's actually on my birthday where I turn 50
Oh
next month.
wow. So you are having a party.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we'll see. I'm scared. As soon as that clock,
We're
I wake up in the morning, I'm
gonna
just gonna put the
try and
covers
do
over my
something
head.
down at the expo in Atlantic
Huh?
City. We're gonna
Yeah, we'll
try
do
and do
Okay.
something.
something. We're
Oh,
gonna try
are
and
you
do
going?
something.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yep.
absolutely.
I'm jealous. I hate the drive. Is there a flight?
There's an
You can
airport
fly.
there. It's
You can
small.
fly into Atlantic City. Yeah.
Yeah, because I hate
Yeah.
that drive. I really,
Well,
it's
you
been a
can always
mess.
just drive up.
95 has been terrible.
Yeah.
You would take the. Wouldn't she take the ferry though?
Yeah. You can take the fair.
Drive through Delaware and take the ferry over to Cape May. Cape May,
Yeah.
up to Atlantic City.
May.
Yeah.
See, that's too much.
Yeah. I hear you.
If I didn't have to go through DC and Maryland, it would
Yeah.
be easy.
That does suck.
Terrible. How light are they?
How
They're
are
so light.
I could pick up the curved duo and put it under my arm like this.
Yeah, they're
Yep.
light.
Light.
They're very light.
Well, I have to say, all three of us use the Danny Max product. So,
Yeah.
you
But Dave, you use everybody's products. You've got like a whole warehouse of everyone's. It's a museum.
No. Got
Well,
test them out.
listen, you have to have the right product
For the
for the
right
right
job.
event.
Yep.
Right.
I
For the right staff. Yeah, I
I
unfortunately had to get rid of my mirror. It was just too heavy for me.
Yeah.
I couldn't find anybody to help me. None of my attendants wanted mirror. No, I'm not signing. Nobody would sign up. They were like, no, and then nobody's vehicle but mine. So I had to go.
Yep.
It just was more
Yeah,
of a pain.
I sold off my other mirrors. I'm down to one, but I had the traditional, the old style photo booth, the little 2-person one, like the
Uh-huh.
retro style ones. I have
Oh.
the 360s. I have Min booths. I have LA Photo Party.
You got Moby
I
booths. You got.
I have my Moby booths. I've got the Zentech for the 360s. Yet,
I'm telling you, it's a museum.
I know.
You have Orca View?
I did have an Orca, and then I sold it, and now I want to get another one back. So, but
I know somebody's selling one. They just hit me up. They're like, "Can you please help me? I'm trying to sell my Orca View." It's a photographer to try to get into 360. So I swear it's
Right.
probably brand new.
That's a TikTok for you, Dave. Set up every single photo booth you have in one spot, and just
Ooh, I love
do like the photo booth picture challenge. You just run trying to take a picture at every single booth in like 15 seconds.
Try and do the 360 with all the photo booths lined up around me.
Yeah, that would be great.
Photo booth array.
There's a TikTok for you.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right.
Now, I might do that.
Yeah, if you need some
Just
help,
do-
let me know. I'll come over. We'll do it.
Yeah.
Bring it to
That's
Atlantic
funny.
City. We'll do it there.
Well, I know Mike from Moby, the Mikes, I should say, are going to be at AC. I know
Oh.
Danny's there. I know Zentech's going to be having a booth also.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
The crew is
Yeah,
there. Who
So you got
else you
Moby?
said?
So Moby booth is going to be there?
Zentech
Oh,
is going to have a booth there.
Oh, okay.
You said Moby too, though.
Yep. Mike, their Moby booth is going to be there also.
Danny Max.
Danny.
Yep.
And Danny. Those are the only three that I know about
There's
currently.
got to be more because I remember it was like down. There was a lot at one point. We talked about this a couple episodes ago,
Sure.
and then it flatlined, and like Danny was the only one, and now they're starting to come back, which is nice to see.
Right.
Who's the big DJ this year?
Who is the big DJ? I don't know.
I've been getting the emails from like the prep emails and everything.
They've got a scratch competition.
It's really changed. It's really changed since COVID. It's not really the the big.
Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah.
The 2 times I went, I was like, whoo.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of good talent there, but they don't bring in the huge names that they used to.
Right.
I remember one time I was there. Little John was there.
Mm-hmm.
Little John still shows up. Fat Man Scoop.
Yeah, Bismarcky used to be there.
Bismarcky shows up. Yeah.
He's gone, y'all. He's gone.
I know. That was crazy.
DJ Cool did a big party in this big room one year. The year I bought my photo booth. Oh my God. Aaron was with me. Aaron was partying. I still got the video. When is the DJ Expo? When is it? Somebody's asking.
It's the 7th through the 9th or 10th, I think, August.
I'll pull up the site real quick here.
Yeah.
So they haven't been really forthcoming with the information on who's attending, and they're just trickling the stuff out now.
Did they even give the little free ticket this year? I don't remember because I used to get the email about the free ticket.
Yep, they still do it. Yeah, I think you had up until June to get the free ticket.
Yeah,
but I have access to a couple, so.
Yeah, why DJ?
Yeah, I used to the Expo. I wasn't interested in all the other stuff, but the parties were good. I did go to some of the parties.
Yep.
So who do we got?
And then my friend, she's DJing. I saw her post. Cristobal, she's DJing.
Yeah.
She uses Danny Max's DJ equipment.
Yep.
It
does.
So she'll be there. I saw that. I'm excited. I might try, y'all. I might.
Well, if you do, let me know, and I'll get you. I'll hook you up with the passes to get in. Because I have a few extras. And next year there might be some other special things happening there.
Anybody coming from Virginia? I can.
There's tons of people from Virginia there.
Yeah.
Every year.
I'm gonna hitchhike my way up. I don't want to do the drive. The drive is just like
it's long. I know. I don't like driving through Virginia.
And I don't mind going. It's the coming home, right? Because the thrill going is like, then coming home.
Yeah, you got the energy. I'm gonna see some amazing stuff, and then you're like, oh, I saw all this amazing stuff. I drank too much. I ate too much. Now I got to
gamble my money away.
That's where you need the auto drive Tesla. The auto drive
nice.
Tesla where you can pass out in the back seat, and it'll get you home.
Yeah, I will say the showboat right next door is nice. Right next to the Hard Rock, we were there.
That's actually where I'm staying.
It's awesome in there. It's oh my God! They got a roller rink. They've got a mini golf. This is all indoors. Go karts indoors. Bowling alley indoors. The arcade is like Dave Buster's on crack, and then they have an indoor water park.
What?
Yeah, an indoor water park. It's just insane. So you're staying there instead of the Hard Rock, Dave? Smart man.
Yeah. I got a really good deal in a room there, so.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to stay.
Anybody looking, they had some really good deals as of a couple weeks ago. So.
Is it underneath the show? Does the show have a code or anything?
Well, the show's at the Hard Rock this year.
Okay.
Which it used to be the Taj.
We got plenty of rooms. No need to go outside. The one time I went, I don't even know if it's still there. It was like a Crown Plaza across from the convention center.
Yep.
I stayed there, and then the other time I went, we stayed on the outskirts. We only came in for like one day for the floor and then left, so it wasn't anything crazy.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I drop my card in. I've won headphones and other stuff some years, and it's all good.
Photo booths. You won a couple photo booths.
You want a couple photo booths?
No, I'm just saying.
I've never won, but I did buy buy photo booths from there. So
Mhm. Oh God. So
Oh gosh. So do you
and
think
I'm
like
sure
back
and I'm
when
sure
we were
Danny's going to have an
360?
amazing deal on his floor models because that's what he does at these things. You know,
Yeah,
he sells the floor models even before the expo even starts. They're sold
yeah.
that's true.
because he
He's
makes
not
such
taking
an
no
amazing
chances.
deal on them.
Yeah. Were there 360s there besides the Decent Tech? Other
That's the
no.
only one I saw I've seen there. And
Good.
they do killer every year.
Yes, it
And
does.
I've talked to other companies and they don't do it. So, you know, because listen, the mitzvah market is huge because you got DJs from New York coming to this
Yeah.
Mhm.
and New Jersey
Yep.
and Philadelphia. That's a big ass
I
mitzvah
found out
market.
about it. DJ from New York. That's how I got there.
Yeah.
Uh, sorry, I just got an alert from my because I'm flying out tomorrow to Minneapolis, and
Oh.
it might have flight delays because of the weather. Ugh.
Oh
So
man.
That's okay.
yeah. Anyway, but I gotta run. I gotta pack. I'm supposed to be flying tomorrow morning.
Aw.
Well,
Safe
Art, you have a
travels.
great flight.
Yeah.
Sharone, we love you more
Thank
than you
you.
can ever imagine. Thank
Yeah.
you for coming tonight
Thank you.
and being
Appreciate it.
here with us.
Can't wait to see you in person again.
Yes. Well,
And
I can't wait for the birthday party.
Oh, look out.
once again, Chit Chat photo booth.
Chit
Get
chat.
in there. Dallas retreat. Get
Dallas,
signed up
Boom.
for
September
that.
17th through the 19th. 17th through the 19th. Come on down. I think we're
Do
gonna have
you
like some kind
do?
of cowgirl cowboy party. I don't know yet. I'm working on that part. I'm working on that. Just be ready. Be ready.
Oh man. All right. Well, folks, it's been a great week. Sharon, thank you so much. Dave,
Well,
as always, we're gonna finish this out. We will see you guys soon.